President Moon Jae-in vowed continued efforts for denuclearization and peace on the peninsula in a keynote address at this year's Jeju Forum for Peace and Prosperity. South Korea is closely following the U.S. presidential election as the outcome is expected to impact policies linked to inter-Korean ties. Kim Min-ji shares with us his remarks.
South Korea will not cease efforts to put an end to the war once and for all, achieve denuclearization and establish lasting peace on the peninsula. That's according to President Moon Jae-in in a virtual keynote speech for the Jeju Forum on Friday. Moon said the country still yearns for peace and feels the pain and sorrow of the Korean War, which ended only with an armistice.
동북아 전체의 평화와 번영을 위해서도 한반도의 평화가 반드시 필요하다는 것을 다시 한번 강조합니다.
Moon also asked for support for his proposal to launch a Northeast Asia Cooperation Initiative for infectious disease control and public health, which would bring together regional players as well as the two Koreas. The president's remarks are seen as a means to revitalize his peace process with North Korea, which has seen little progress since a no-deal Hanoi summit between Pyongyang and Washington in 2019. However, the president did not mention his call for an end-of-war declaration, as he had in recent addresses on the global stage. President Moon has just over a year left in office, and for his peace initiative with North Korea to bear fruit, the outcome of the U.S. presidential election will be a variable. Separately, Seoul's National Security Advisor Seo-hoon on Friday echoed that sentiment, saying that there needs to be efforts to resume talks between North Korea and the U.S. at an early date. That came during a virtual meeting with his U.S. and Japanese counterparts. The three officials shared their assessments of the recent situation on the Korean Peninsula and discussed a range of security issues, including denuclearization and peace. They agreed the diplomatic and security cooperation should continue uninterrupted, regardless of the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.